All right, so MacChan dropped a follow-up video to his video about taking a temporary leave from Raid, and it's funny the thumbnail of this one it says "Do I hate Raid?" It's funny that anytime any of us make a video talking about even taking a break from Raid, we almost are obligated to make a follow-up video talking about whether or not we hate the game. So I'm guessing he got some comments maybe that sparked this, or maybe he just has more to say. But this one is probably the most requested reaction that I've ever gotten. I've gotten several DMs about it. I've gotten lots of comments about it. I've had a lot of people really wanting me to check this out. They say there's some really interesting things in here that he talks about. So I'm pretty interested in hearing what's going on. So let's just go ahead and jump in and see what MacChan is talking about. Some final thoughts on Raid 2 is kind of an interesting title and what's next. So I don't know, maybe he thought about it. Maybe he took a couple days off and was like, you know what, I'm actually really done. It feels really good to not be playing. I don't know, let's see what we're doing here.
Another video on my channel. In this video, just wanted to do some talk. Okay. I did a video around 10 days ago called I'm Quitting Raid Legends. And surprisingly, that video was doing very well. And surprisingly,
it's not a surprise. People love that kind of stuff, man. They love it. They want to hear. They want to hear more of what you think and what the creators think about what's going on and kind of their relationship with the game. It seems surprising, I guess, if you haven't really ever dropped a video like a mostly discussion video like that. But I'm always, for a while, I was very surprised. I would second guess a lot of those types of videos, and more often than not, I've learned it's the videos that you second guess or don't really think much of or are going to do too much are the ones that tend to do the most. So maybe this is just his first time making that kind of video. Not necessarily quitting Raid, but just a heavier thought discussion video than just a typical what's going on in arena or, you know, meta shifts and stuff like that. So yeah, people love it though. People want to hear what you think.
Gained 200 subscribers from that video alone. Wow, what's going on? Right? So
that's also funny that he makes a video like, I'm quitting this game. I'm leaving this game. And in the Raid community is like, all right, well, I'm going to subscribe and see what's going on here.
I feel like I gotta make a video talking about the state of the channel, how I feel about the game, do I hate the game at all, and my future plans. Okay, so it's gonna be an interesting video.
I'm gonna go ahead and say in advance, no, he doesn't hate the game. I don't think any of us hate the game. Like, if any of us hated the game, we'd have been gone a long time ago. Now, again, I don't know where he's going with this. I don't know if he's actually fully quitting or what, but I have a feeling he does not hate the game. That's my prediction.
As usual, all right, let's get into it. Like, after I released the video, I saw a lot of people reacting to my video. Some other content creators. That was actually a very interesting experience. I never thought people would, like, other content creator would reacting to my video. So yeah, and I believe right after I released that video, literally the second day or the third day, they dropped Mythical Champion into the game, right? Alright, so in this video, I'm not on my account, as you guys can see, even though I said I quit Raid Legends. So I gotta tell you guys this, I have sold my account. Alright, this is end of a journey basically for me. Like I said, I'm not gonna completely quit Raid Legends. I don't hate the game, and I'm looking to come back in the future.
Dude, I bet he got a bag. I bet he got a bag for his account. Not nearly what he spent, for sure. But I bet he got a chunk. I bet he got a chunk of change for that account.
Future. But one thing I can tell you guys for sure, that's I'm done with pay to win Raid Legends. 100%. I'm done with pay to win Raid Legends. Like
if he comes back and starts a free to play, he's going to be so much happier. This game is so much more fun when you're not spending money and when you're like not as invested in every single thing that's going on in the game. It is so shocking how much I'm enjoying playing this game lately. The more that I stop caring or stop trying to keep up, I guess is a good way to put it. I think he's gonna if he starts another account and plays it casually or even a little bit heavier than casually, I think he's gonna have such a good time.
If I will ever come back to Raid and play again, I will probably do well, let's be honest. I'll probably get an account that has the most OP champion, like a starter account, and just
Okay.
not spending a dime into the game and just play that
Interesting. All
good
right.
starter account, right? So yeah, not gonna advertise any third-party website for you guys to buy starter account, but I do have a couple that has a CV or hegemon. Like in the future, probably like a mythical champion starter account, something like this. Um, but yeah, I just want to give you guys an update. I'm completely done with pay to win race alliance. The account is gone. Alright.
Wow.
I
That's
sold my
big.
account. That's
That's
just the
big.
honest thing. To one of my friend actually in a Chinese clan. So yeah, and I saw some comments from my previous video talking about spending, right? I did spend a lot of money on that account. Tons of money. I have like close to 600 legendaries in total. Right? And my account, like in terms of quality of legendary, that was actually one of the worst luck I've ever seen compared to all other like crazy spenders account.
It's going to sound crazy for him to say if you saw his video where he was going over all of his champions. But if you think about the amount of money he spent and the champions he was missing, it really is kind of insane. I think there's probably very few people who have spent the way he spends and were lacking so many of the crucial like meta units. It was wild. It was really crazy.
I just can't get a top tier legendary. So I'm not gonna tell you guys how much I sold for the account, and I
Yeah, don't do that.
honestly can't even tell you guys how much I spent because I didn't keep tracking. But the estimate is you can probably buy a Model 3 with that money I spent on the account, okay? And
I wonder what that feels
how
like in hindsight. I wonder what that, because again, he got some of it back, but he got easy less than 10% of it back, I would say, based on my limited knowledge of selling accounts and stuff. I wonder what that feels like to be on the other side of that now and look back and think about what else could have happened with that money. I wonder if we'll talk about that.
how much I sold this for. Alright. Probably I think it's probably 15%
Oh, he got more than
compared
10.
to what I spent.
Nice.
Think about that. So, yeah, no game is gonna keep you playing forever. And I believe for all you guys out there, one day you are going to quit Racial Alliance. Right? No matter how much you love this game, one day you're gonna quit. Just like I played World of Warcraft for 10 years and I quit a couple months ago. I just couldn't stand the game, you know? So no game can keep you play forever. And the good thing about a mobile game is you can sell your account. That's one good thing about mobile game, right? So based on my experience, when you guys decide to quit and sell your account, you probably get like maybe 15 to 20% of your spending back.
I mean, that would be nice. I
But
feel
do
like
I
I'm going to
regret
get
spending at all?
less
Not
if I
entirely.
sell mine.
I did regret spending on certain stuff. One thing I really regret spending is um the small soulstone, like the mortal soulstone. That thing is a complete scam. All right, I would recommend you guys not to buy any of that shit. I think when I used to play, Clarion value mortal soulstone at $1 each. That is a complete scam, and I wouldn't even buy it at 50 cents. If they price it at 10 cents each mortal soulstone, so $1 for 10 mortal soulstone, that's probably some good value here. Otherwise, I don't recommend buying any more mortal soulstone.
Yeah, well, the problem too is that everything in the game's overpriced. Like in comparison to other games, every item in the game that you can buy is overpriced. That's part of the raid shtick. Is like everything's wildly overpriced. I mean, look at what's going on right now. I'll Prism crystals, for example, we were talking about in this morning's Free to Succeed are unreal. It's $15 for 40 crystals, which now a summon is 25. So like right around 1.5 summons, $15. The Red Ancient is $15. Sacred still pop out typically for like 30-ish bucks. Everything's overpriced. Now the Soul Stones are rough because more than likely what he's saying, you know, it's going to be a rare you don't even use. You're going to get 0 out of it. But everything's overpriced in Raid.
Complete waste of money. And the other thing I really regret spending on is probably books, right? I think books is also a waste of money in a lot of situations because I get free books anyway as a content creator. But right now, on their official Discord, they removed me from the content creator program because of course I quit the game, right? It was a good journey. I don't hate their community manager. They're actually good people, right?
Yeah.
So, one more thing I want to mention in terms of spending. I gotta tell you guys this. I have to admit that I used to, I did use third-party recharging services, right? I actually mentioned a couple times in my previous videos on like
third-party recharging services. I don't even know what that means.
How you could efficiently spend your money in Raid Shadow Legends. Okay, Plarian is probably gonna hate me for this, but how third-party recharging service works is I think some like they have a like team or something, and they have some tool to monitor the exchange rate on Google Play Store. So for example, they're gonna see this currency value going up today, this currency value going down today. So I think if you want to use their service, you give them an account and they use Google Play Store to switch region. For example, you live in US, a pack costs $100, but if they switch the location to Africa, right? If they use a African currency, that $100 pack in an African currency is probably $70 or $60. Just an example, right? This is not illegal at all, right? Players still get their money. It's just for people who live in North America, like if you recharge using a African currency, it is much cheaper.
Interesting.
Right.
I feel like I remember hearing something about people doing that, and I feel like there was a little bit of drama surrounding that, like a year and a half, 2 years ago, maybe. But again, I didn't know much about it, and I didn't care much about it, to be honest. So
a $100 pack.
And if you know what, yeah, if you can do that, do that. I'm not. Let me rephrase that. If you can have done that, then have done it. I'm not advocating that you do it moving forward, necessarily, but like, yeah, if you can get their overpriced nonsense for less, why wouldn't you?
African currency, it's sold for $60, and that middleman charge you for $70, so they make $10 off of you, and you still save $30. So it's a good thing to do.
Adds up.
I'm not really gonna hide it. I did use it. This is not illegal at all, like I said, and most of the people I know also use this. All right, most of top arena players also use this service.
Dude, whoever's running that service is making money, I bet.
That's how they can afford spending a couple thousand a month, because this can actually save hundreds, right? And there are also some people, a small portion of top arena people, that actually didn't use this at all. The reason being is they simply do not care about money. They have like infinite amount of money.
Yeah.
They draw 5,000 a month to Raid Shadow Legends, and they don't even care. So like I said in my previous video, the most I have spent a month is probably $2,000, right? $2,000, and that is crazy. I think that was when it was back in during a lockdown. You can't go outside. You have nothing to do, and what do you do, right? Just spending money in the games, and you feel better, right? Money at least buys you happiness, right? So that's one thing. All right, so let's talk about why. What made my mind to sell my account. That is the announcement of mythical champion. That is, how do you say, like the straw that breaks camel's back,
There
something
you
like
go.
that.
You got it.
Like at that moment, I saw the announcement of mythical champion. Like I was like, I'm done. Like I'm done.
Yeah, because if you're in his situation, like if you're in that situation where basically it's a spending race between you and there's several other hundred people engaging in it, maybe 1,000, I don't know. You see this and you're like, it's a whole new wave of it now. It's a whole new tier to the spending race. And if you're already feeling a little burnout and already a little tired of spending, and then they announce spending race, 2.0, yeah, I imagine you sit and you're like, no, fuck this shit.
They will never give you mythical champion for free. Don't ever think about it. All right.
Now they say there's one coming for free, but again, we'll see what that means. It'll probably be one you can earn from some type of content, but how doable will the content be? How free will the champ really be?
Because I've seen it many times from other gacha games. Alright, Raid Shadow Legends is not the first game that introduced mythical champion to a gacha game. And literally every other gacha game that is not new, that is being out for like 3-4 years, they're gonna add a mythical champion. They are gonna keep adding higher qualities, right? For example, I played a game that has like S tier champion, and 2 years later they introduced SS tier, and another 1 year later they're gonna introduce SSS tier.
Yep.
That's just what's gonna happen. If I just keep my account and I don't want to play it anymore, it's gonna devaluate. It's gonna devaluate like crazy.
That's what happened with my main account. If I'd have sold my main account when I decided a long time ago I was done with it, I would have gotten a lot more. I would have gotten a much higher percentage of what I got. But now it's so far behind that it's valuable, but it's not current. It's not modern. So he made a good call. Like he made the decision to be done with it and went ahead and did what he needed to do. Because he's 100% right. It'll just slowly fall behind and not have anything modern on it anymore. So yeah.
Like if I sell my account 1 year ago, I could save the double the price I sold last week. Seriously. Like, so this is a very valuable lesson for you guys. If you decide to quit, you're done for the game, and you decide to sell your account, you're gonna do it right away. You cannot wait. It's gonna devaluate like crazy. Alright? And yeah, mythical champion, I was reading the announcement. Like, this is one of the funniest thing I've seen. They are preparing an unusual 2x event. From Primal Shard, that is a red shard that can summon mythical champion. That is a very unusual 2x event, because the chance for epic and legendary champion is doubled. But mythical champion remains the same. Wow. Yeah. Look at their marketing plan. So,
yeah.
Like, at this moment, I just feel like they don't really care what players think of them, right? People have been calling player greedy for how many years? I don't even know, and they don't even.
It's
care,
like they lean into it.
Right?
It's like it gets them off.
They're like, you're gonna continue play our games no matter what we do, and that's exactly what's going on right now. Like a lot of my whale friend spent thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars. They quit the game, but new whale actually came into the game. Like, I've already seen a screenshot of from my clan Discord where a player has like 3 or 4 mythical champions. Man, so new whales
haven't even
are
been that
coming
many
to the
available.
game, and old whale
Many
quit
shards
the game.
available.
That's why no matter what you say, call them greedy, call them shameless, whatever, they don't care, because people are playing their game, right? and I'm not gonna spend. Like, the moment I saw mythical shards, primal shards, like, I'm not gonna spend anything on this. I'm not gonna spend anything on this. Unless they're gonna give me a guaranteed chance. I should say this. Alright, guaranteed chance. Like, I literally don't care about how much money they price on a certain legendary if it's guaranteed. Let's say they put a 1,000.
Like, you know what they could have done? They could have dropped, when they dropped this update, they could have dropped a shard that was a guaranteed mythical. And you don't know which one you're going to get, but it could have been a one-time shard for the special event, and they could have put a price on it. They could have given everybody one if they really wanted to wild out, but if not, they could have sold the shard with another pack, make it a good pack, and everybody kicks off the update with one of the new champions. Everybody gets to engage, everybody gets to participate, everybody gets to scratch the itch. And if anything, it's people are going to be so excited to have the one they have, they're going to be motivated to want the other ones, right? The whole system could have been rolled out so much differently in a way that got everybody enticed and involved. But over 90%, 95% are so dejected and uninterested in what's going on with mythical champions. You have any idea how many people have told me they're not even pulling their primal shards out of their inbox? The free ones that Plarium gave everybody. I've had a lot of people say they're just going to let them sit in the inbox and decay and never pull them out and use them. That's how uninterested people are in this because of what a piss poor job they did rolling it out. It's a shame. You got these cool looking champs with these really cool mechanics, and so many people are uninterested because Plarium has no idea what they're doing in that regard. Like, there's so many better ways to do everything they do. It's so tiring.
$1,000 price tag on a champion I want. If I really want it, I will probably buy it. But the reality is, if I really want Terrace in this game, I could spend $2,000 to $3,000 and not getting one. That's the real issue. And I don't want to see that. Alright? And, well, anyways, in terms of primal shards, I don't really blame Plarium for doing this because that's really just the life cycle of a gacha game. Like I mentioned before, every single gacha game that is being out for, let's say, more than 3 years, they are going to add higher rarity of champions.
Yeah, the concept is not the problem.
That's just a life cycle of gacha game. And that's probably a clear sign that the player base is decreasing. Less and less people are playing the game. So they're gonna milk people harder. But still, there are new whale that come into the game. Alright? So
yeah, I think it's easy for us on the side of it we're on to underestimate how broad the reach is, how much advertising they're still doing. Like, it's not really as much of a meme anymore. People don't talk about it as much, but they're still advertising on a lot of YouTube channels. I mean, I watch, there's quite a big handful of YouTubers I watch, and over 80% of them are doing raid ads, at least 2 a month, like sometimes more. They're doing a lot of advertising, so they're still bringing in, like, they're still pulling in new players really often. And I think it's easy for us to sit like on this side of it to not really see that as heavily anymore, to forget it's happening, but it's still happening. They're still like accomplishing all the goals they want to accomplish as far as acquisition and downloads and all that bullshit. I think we'll know when that stops. Then it'll start to get reflected in how things are for the players that have been here for a while, right? Well, we'll start to see some noticeable price adjustments and some noticeable, quality of pack adjustment and quality of content adjustments. Because again, they know how to do it. None of this is incompetence in the way that it seems like it's incompetence. They're not just so confused about how to do anything good. They know what they're doing. They just don't have to do it good right now. But they're going to have to start doing it good at some point when their most important KPI stops getting met. and we'll know when that happens. But right now, I don't think that's happening. Crazy,
Anyways,
like
that's
oddly
the
enough.
major.
And again, maybe not oddly enough, because the new players don't really know. The ones that are seeing the ads and are downloading the game to support their favorite creators, or downloading the game because it's got good graphics, or downloading the game because all this new hype is going on with mythical champs or whatever it is, they don't know all the stuff we know. You know what I mean? It takes a little while to figure that out. So we just have to kind of wait it out,
Reason
I
I said
reckon.
quit. Another major reason is obviously you guys know this. I couldn't pull the meta champion. I don't even have a single meta champion on my account. Like the meta, the duel and Harima, these are the real meta champion. I don't have a single of them. That's sad. And I don't have Akrizia. They had like Hydra, CVC. I don't have Akrizia. I don't even want to do Hydra. So anyways, I just think it's been a wonderful journey actually. I enjoy a lot when I was playing this game. But when it comes to an end, you're gonna embrace the future, you know? It was a good journey, and I'm gonna have a new journey now. I'm gonna play other games. So yeah, another thing here, you guys can see this. For some reason, they started doing guarantee legendary event. I don't know why. I really enjoy that, like I said. And yeah, for in conclusion, I had a good time playing this game. I really had a good time. And I think the raid community is awesome. But for the past couple months, if you guys been following my channel, it's as a content creator, I just feel like I ran out of content. There's nothing to do, right? There is really nothing to do. Summoning event after summoning event, fusion after fusion, no new content. Reset time is 3 a.m. in the morning. Live arena is boring as hell. There's just nothing to do. There's nothing to do in the game. And as I mentioned in my last video,
it's a weird thing too, because there's actually a shit ton to do in the game, but very little of it's interesting. Very little of it's interesting. Very little of it's balanced. They just keep dumping shit in the game, but it's not. No one cares. It's really a strange dynamic they've managed to accomplish.
If I think back, right, the best time I had when playing this game was when there was no duplicate system, when there was no Hero Awaken, none of that crap. Not crap. It's just when I had the best time playing this game, right? It just feels like when you've been through a lot of relationships and you think back, the first relationship is the true love. That's just how it feels like. Alright, so anyways, just want to give you guys an update about my channel. Yeah, last video did pretty well and I gained 200 subscribers. I don't intend it to make this channel die. So I want to play other games, make content for other games that I enjoy. Alright, it doesn't matter. It might be PC game, it might be mobile game. It doesn't matter. I enjoy that game. I will make content for that game. Like when I first started this YouTube channel, I never meant to make any money. Like the first video I uploaded to my channel was arena reset video, and I finished number 2, I believe. And people started to watch my channel. Alright, roughly three years ago. I think back then nobody know that I even existed. And another content creator called Manable gave me a shout out. Basically, Manable has like 300 viewers on Twitch, and he gave me a shout out of my YouTube channel. At that time, people started to watch my video on YouTube and started to gain subscribers. And I was uploading arena reset videos. There was no commentary, pure gameplay, and I guess people liked it, so it started to develop, right? But the point is, like when I started this YouTube channel, it was just for fun. I never intended to make money off of YouTube. I never even thought about being a content creator. So I gotta thank you guys for this amazing journey, and I intend to keep it going. So going forward, I guess I'll just make content for the games I enjoy. It might be multiple different games. For example, I saw another Ray content creator, Darth Microtransaction. He actually has a couple different channels covering different games. I think that's really cool because he was the first content creator I watched when I first started playing the game. Yeah, when I first started playing the game, let's say in late 2019, it was very, very different. I remember back in late 2019, like the first content creator I watched was Darth Microtransaction, right? And then I watched Chosen, then I watched Hell Hades, and back then when I watched Hell Hades content, he doesn't even have a webcam. Right?
Wait,
He was just
back,
pure
dude.
talking, have like 2,000 subscribers, and he is huge now, right? And then I didn't really watch Ash back then. Who else did I watch as content creator? Oh, I
Stu
remember
was
there was
around back
another
then.
content creator called Salt.
Oh yeah,
I
Salt.
watched that content creator as well for,
Salt used
for
to
a while.
stay in
If
my
you guys
feed, dude.
been playing long enough, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah,
I know
but
JGigs.
when I first got here, it was Salt. I think Chosen, Darth, Incredible John. Shout out Incredible John, Stu. Then Kissel started making content. Yeah, it was a different scene, man.
Was also around for a very long time. Anyways, like the YouTube content creator community for Rage Irons is super positive, I think. Alright,
Cool
anyways,
group,
that's
for sure.
all I'm gonna talk about for this video. I guess I'm just officially done with this game. Probably not gonna be new content for Rage Irons for a while. I do want to cover some other game on the channel.
Yeah, good. I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, again, we might see. I might come back in the future, maybe somewhere next year, to see what it feels
That'll
like.
be fun.
Completely free to play account. I'm done for now, and I want to start a new chapter with other games. Probably just covering multiple games, and like even if it doesn't get views, doesn't matter. Alright, I don't like. I make content I enjoy. I don't want to think about how much money I want to make out of YouTube. It's a secondary thing anyways. I don't do it for a living anyways. So I want to put out content that I enjoy, want to play the game I enjoy, and hopefully you guys don't unsubscribe, okay?
Nah.
So
like you said, you got 200
it,
subs from that.
May
I'm
we
quitting
meet again.
video.
Bye.
Yep. Yeah, I'll be very interested to see what games he's gonna make content for. We talked about this last time too, so I'm gonna link his video and channel below. I'll probably put a card on the end screen as well. Go over there, show some love to MacChan, subscribe, and let's see what games he decides to start making content for. That's pretty interesting stuff. Pretty interesting. I was not expecting him to have sold his account so fast. It's pretty wild. Interesting stuff. So yeah, very curious about what games. There's quite a few options right now as far as games go. So I'm very heavily invested in the new Final Fantasy VII gacha game right now. That's probably the game I'm playing the most. But there's a lot of good candidates. I'm hearing a lot of stuff about a lot of other games lately. So let me know what you think. Make a little prediction down below. What do you think he's going to play? I've heard a lot about Dragonair. I did a plug recently for Omni Heroes, and a lot of people seem to like Omni Heroes. I don't know. Anyway, that's it. I'm going to get out of here. Appreciate you guys watching. Go show some love to MacChan, and we'll see you later.